first contest played here is still the highest attended game in NFL history. And crowds pushing 80,000 continue to arrive every time the league plays at Estadio Azteca here in Mexico City. Today, we're ready for an entertaining battle between the Houston Texans and the Detroit Lions. Jake Bates now ready to get this one started. And here we go in Mexico City. Dameon Pierce now to return it. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So here come the Texans for their opening drive. Leading them out, our 2023 Offensive Rookie of the Year. Now in his third season out of Ohio State, it's C.J. Stroud.
A lot of quarterbacks, Kate, who earn postseason wins each of their first two seasons, and that's exactly what CJ has done. He has become the face of the franchise down there in Houston, and now a little more help around him and hopefully a better offensive line to protect him this year.
Now begin with a run by Mixon, and they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. They're keeping it with Mixon. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Alex Anzalone there on the stop.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays, the ones that amount to really very little statistically, and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Stroud now on 3rd. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And 4th and 4 coming up. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
So the Lions take the field for their first drive. Leading them out, got his first MVP votes after a career-best season last year. Now reached a decade in this league. It's Jared Goff.
The legend of this guy just grows year by year in the Motor City. The best individual season of his career, leading these Lions to a franchise record 15 wins. Now they just got to get to the ultimate goal, the Super Bowl.
All right, Lions just about ready. 1st and 10. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. He won't be able to get past the line, and very quickly, Brock, they're going to be facing 3rd down to begin this ball game.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game, not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
Goff on 3rd. This one to Williams out left side. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
And This time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Oftentimes, these early exchanges are just a feeling-out process for rushers and blockers. But they can also set the tone for the battles the rest of the game. And that defender, you know, with an early win, he's feeling really good about himself.
All right, here we go. Second down. Another try following the sack. Screen here for Gibbs. Escapes a defender. And he goes out of bounds, but not before a very healthy gain there, partner, but still not enough. They've got third down.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Out of the shotgun, Goff. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete, 4th down coming up.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
On comes Jack Fox to handle the 4th down punt for the Lions. And this will put an end to the drive after it's stalled out. Ooh, baby, there's way too much behind that kick, and he knew it. That's all the way over the end zone for a touchback. Now we'll see the Houston offense for their second drive of the contest. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's 1st and 10. Wanting to start the drive with Mixon. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Simply put, Kate, that is a drive starter extraordinaire.
Let's get this point.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Has a man, Dalton Schultz. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Staying between the tackles with Mixon. He gets him inside the 40. That's a gain of about 9 yards on the play.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Last run got him 9, so now they need 1 more here on 2nd down. From the 34. Pass caught by Tate Dell. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he's not going to be happy picking himself back up after this. They're sent backwards on 1st down.
One of the challenges when you run that jet sweep is you better secure that edge. I've not seen a great jet sweep in my life where you don't win the edge of the line of scrimmage. And that time, the defense got the job done.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's out of bounds on the final play of our opening quarter. We've finished 1 quarter in what's still a scoreless game. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the 2nd. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. We'll begin this second quarter with the Texans in possession. They've been moving it well, but face a third down here. And he will score. Touchdown, Houston! The Texans get the game's first points here in the second. Tank Dell the touchdown. If you're going to complete that one successfully, Brock, you need the perfect throw, just the right touch, and you also need a guy who can go up and get it just like that.
Yeah, need to be able to muscle somebody off the ball if you're not alone. And call me a little biased. Go ahead. I don't care.
You're biased.
But the success of that play does come down to the timing of the throw, Kate. If you don't throw it on time to that exact spot, you run out of room, and you don't give yourself that kind of chance.
Point after up and good by Fairbairn. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Greg Reynolds to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Detroit getting its offense set for their second drive. Still in search of their first points as we work our way through the middle of this game. The score 7-0. The Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Play action here with Goff. To the right and hauled in by Laporta. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. First down throw from Goff. And he won't escape this. The Texans take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Offense to the line for second down. Trying again, following the sack. Finds his man, it's Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he is brought to a stop after he found plenty of room there to run.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Enough to Gibbs from the gun. Gets him inside the 40. That's a gain of about 9 yards on the play.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Thought for a second he might have had the first, but still a little bit of work to do here on second down. From the 32. That's complete to the back. David Montgomery. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that gives the Lions the first.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap here to go. That'll be incomplete to start the new set of downs.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Throwing is gone. Short pass brought in. And he gets this forward to the 19.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
He's gonna throw again. Gone. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
That's one of those third down situations where you're asking an awful lot of your man to make a play to keep this drive going. Too much of a contested catch there, unable to bring it in.
On fourth down, the Lions gonna try to put 3 on the board here with Jake Bates. It's a 36-yard look from the left hash. Bates' kick is up and good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team is out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Pierce now on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Texans and C.J. Stroud all set to go for their next drive. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. Texans to the line. 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Nick Chubb. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
The difficult part is not tracking him out there. Almost every corner in the league's got the speed to do that. What separates him from others is the physical. Can he avoid getting tied up in a block? And then can he deliver that blow for a loss?
Now we're on the draw with Mixon. Let's call that a solid run there, partner. He got about 6. It's going to be 3rd down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. From the gun, Stroud. Cut by Collins on the slant. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. Always a point of emphasis, right? Protecting the quarterbacks, and that play is going to draw the flag every time. This defensive battle has reached the 2-minute warning. And it's the Texans with 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Stroud. And the Lions get him. Down he goes. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Stroud from the pistol. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. To the air, Stroud. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. As they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. Tommy Townsend on to punt. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. And he put just a little too much on this one as it hits in the end zone for a touchback. Now the Lions offense gets ready to return to the field. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. All right, Lions just about ready. 1st and 10. From the gun, Goff. That one falls incomplete, but our attention's still behind the line. He got cleaned after that throw and drew the instant flag. So the offense still moving forward as roughing the passer overrules that incomplete pass. Roughing the passer on that last play, and that's always going to lead to an automatic 1st down. Here's Goff. Finds Gibbs out of the backfield. Takes out a 1-stop. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Goff off the play action. Not enough on this throw. It hits the turf instead of his man. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the intended receiver. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this 1st half so far, well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Gibbs now from the gun. The flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. So they catch the illegal block in the back, Brock, and that's rare that we see the clipping call. It's a dangerous play. It's rightfully going to back up this offense. So now a much tougher task here as they come up on 2nd and 20. Now Goff. He's got a man left. And it doesn't get much, up to maybe their own 40. Look at Jimmy Ward getting up there to make that stop.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Again, Goff. Finds the in route complete. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Detroit calls timeout. It's 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Throwing again. Here's Goff. Set up the screen to Montgomery. An excellent gain. 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. Now, that's a drop-back pass. When you get a big play on the screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Throwing again, it's Goff. Pass is caught, that's Tim Patrick. And he gets this forward to the 19.
Textbook hitch route. Just hit him in the short field and deliver it once that defense turns their attention elsewhere. Okay, this is a low-ceiling play, but a reliable source of yardage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Jake Bates out for the Lions field goal try. Ball on the right hash for this 36-yard look. Bates' kick is up and good. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Kid, I don't think there's any question. This is going to be a close game when it's all said and done because it's awfully tight here at the half. And that field goal, yeah, that gives them a little more confidence running into the locker room.
So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends our half, or if we get a play from scrimmage, as this one's away. And it looks like we're going to have time for one more play here, Brock, as this one goes for a touchback. Here comes the final play of our first half. One final shot before the half. Connects downfield, on target to Dell. And he's got them quite the gain here, partner, as he finally is brought to a stop. So just a one-point game here at the break, Brock, as we go over to the EA Sports Halftime Reports with our buddy Scott Hansen.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Hewitt.
All right, thanks so much, Scott. We are back and about set to begin our second half. Well, Brock, it has been a fun one so far, and hopefully it gets even better. Second half underway from Mexico City. Khalif Raymond to return it. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. Here comes the offense for Detroit to begin the second half. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. They've got first down from the 31. Off the play fake, here's Goff. Taken in by Williams outright. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Off play action, Goff. Catch made left side by Laporta. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 46. Completed to his running back. They take him down as he goes out. Now let's check on this penalty. So they catch the illegal block in the back, Brock, and that's rare that we see the clipping call. It's a dangerous play. It's rightfully going to back up this offense. Out of the shotgun, Goff. That's to Laporta again. And works it forward to the 43-yard line. Play made by E.J. Speed.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. And even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Motioning the tight end now. Goff on 3rd. Hits his running back. And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed, enough to keep this drive moving.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Okay, the 2-yard run on 1st down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule, but you're going to have to pick up the pace.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Shotgun snap here to go. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And that gives the Lions the 1st.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. On 1st down, it's Gibbs. And progress finally halted after he picks up a chunk.
Having been in enough locker rooms at halftime, Kate, I know what the messaging was in there. Start the game out by sending a message. Doesn't matter you're trailing, run right at them and go make a point.
1st down, and they go right back to it. And this play doesn't work out like the last snap, right? So you can only get back to the line as the defense all over this one.
These stops, they don't always make the end-of-game highlight reels, but they absolutely should. The coaches and players know it. Offenses are always counting on yards on that type of run. And anytime it results in a loss, it could be a potential drive killer.
2nd and 10 now. Short pass brought in. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
There's no route on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Goff to the air now. That one complete to St. Brown. And they're going to stop him, but he got enough to make it 1st and goal from the 8.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. A run here. It's Montgomery. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. And they hit him for a loss on 1st and goal.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Underneath, it's Gibbs. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play. Nearly a big play by the safety, and I guess you could still say it was, but it benefits the offense as he gets called for roughing the passer. So they'll be set up with a 1st and goal when we come back. It's Lions ball. They come in trailing, but that lead is within reach. Now, they've certainly got the field goal in their back pocket, but they're going to try for the touchdown first here and goal to go. 1st and goal. Here's Gibbs. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Lions take a 4th quarter lead. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. Nice execution to get that counter to the end zone. Maybe not the play we expected, Brock, but the play that they needed right there.
I love a well-executed counter. I really do. It's like a good boxer, Kate. You set him up with a feint one way, and then you hit him with the knockout the other. Keep them from answering the bell and stopping you from reaching that end zone.
And now the Lions lining up for a very important 2-point try. Goff's going to throw for it. And he won't get away. They bring him down. The sack prevents them from adding another 2 more to that lead.
You spend all week on 2-point plays, trying to get you your best options, but ultimately sometimes the execution of that pass, it doesn't work.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Pierce now on the return. And this will give him some decent field position here, partner. And this gets out to the 30. Out now come the Texans on offense. First and 10 now from the 30. A give to Mixon up the middle. And he's taken to the ground after a nice push downfield.
Kate, a run like that, just everybody gets to breathe. Things become so much easier when you start a drive with momentum like that.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. They send one of the tight ends in motion right. They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. Set him back 5. It's 1st and 15 after the penalty. Man in motion out of the slot. On play action, here's Stroud. Finds him over the middle. And they come up with 7 following that flag, and that sets up 2nd and 8.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Finds him on the crossing route. And he's going to be taken down, but plenty of damage already done.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
1st and 10, around to Mixon. Went in there full steam ahead, but he ran out of steam pretty quickly. No gain on that one.
Good defensive tackles in this league, Kate. They can take up a couple blockers. Great defensive tackles, well, they stuff the stat sheet just like that, knocking that run backwards before it could get started.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Here's Stroud now. Trying to set up the screen for Mixon. He has certainly makes the third down easier. Nearly avoided it altogether. Gain of 10 right up near that marker now.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains, but I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out, and this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Stroud on the sneak. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stopped him at the line. No gain.
That's more than a must-get for a quarterback. I really put that in the always-get territory. Even if the defense knows what's coming, you got to be able to drive forward for at least a couple inches.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. They toss it to Chubb. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop him behind the line.
That's a pretty good look right there at the struggle offensive linemen have. Athletically, they're just not as fast as these linebackers, and if they don't win early, those linebackers outrun them and make a play like that behind the line.
All right, here we go, 2nd down. They go play action with Stroud. Caught along the left sideline, but he did not get both feet in. That's incomplete, brings up 3rd down.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in, but out of bounds.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. He's back to throw. Brought in right side. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it sets up a Houston 1st.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Running with Mixon out of the gun. And this is brought to a halt pretty early at about the 8. He'll get 2 yards, and that brings up 2nd down.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of reaction time you want when you face a draw play. They broke on it shortly after the draw started, and they contained it to a minimal gain.
We've reached the 2-minute warning in Mexico City. Texans facing a 5-point deficit. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Stroud. All right, rolling up the road to, so he's just going to chuck this into the next municipality.
That was pretty cool right there. I mean, that is an underrated effort on that play from his target, hustling and bustling his way to make sure he was in the neighborhood of that throw. So the Zebras, well, they couldn't penalize the throwaway.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Now to throw. And he will score. It's a Houston touchdown. The Texans have taken the lead late. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough.
And he's going to be taken down for the sack. They can't even get a throwaway on that 2-point try. Well, you told me this before, Brock. That decision, all about the math right there. 2-point lead doesn't do them much good. They wanted the field goal difference, but instead, the lead stays at 1.
Yeah, it's about math and it's about time because we're in the final frame of this game. Unless we go to overtime, and I don't think you and I would mind that too much. Now it's all about getting a stop here, and their defense has no margin for error. Got to keep them out of field goal range now.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Here's Raymond on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Lions offense returning to the field. The Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Gibbs. And he manages 6 yards to begin this one. We've got 2nd and 4.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. Really create some indecision now defensively.
7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Hits him on the out route. And they're not going to have to burn a timeout. Smart play here. He gets out of bounds with the 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Here's a count again to Gibbs. And he scrapes together a yard at most. It's 2nd down.
A modest gain on the counter. A good recovery there from the front 7, Kate. They bought the fake initially, but adjusted just in time to limit the damage headed the other direction.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Here he is to throw. He's got it along the sideline. And a gain only about 2 before he heads out. That means they're going to face 3rd down.
You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is the completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, a big reason is just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers that time, a running back in the flat.
He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Two timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. Hits his tight end on a corner route. And he's going to set them up with a 1st down on a huge gain. Detroit calls timeout. It's 2nd. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal. To the line for a new set of downs. Only a lone timeout at their disposal.
Here we go. Check him out. Check the calls.
Setting up to pass. Completed over the middle. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Second and 6 coming up here. Throwing again, it's Goff. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And the stop is made after a gain of 6. That's going to make it 1st and goal. Houston calls it 2nd timeout. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the 2 of them.
Now, they've certainly got the field goal in their back pocket, but they're going to try for the touchdown first here and goal to go. Throwing again. Here's Goff. And that's a touchdown. The catch is made, and they lead just before the end of this game. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
two-point pass falls incomplete. Would have felt more comfortable, obviously, with a 7-point lead, but they have to settle for 5. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Barrios now to return it. He's brought down just inside the 25. Here come the Texans as they get set to take over on offense. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. First call here coming from the shotgun. Shotgun now for Stroud. Over the middle, caught by Dell. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Final timeout called by the Texans. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Time not on their side here as they get set for first down. No timeouts remaining either. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. From the gun, Stroud. Completes it downfield to Kirk. Hit almost as he caught it. He does well to hold on to it. Gets him to the 37. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. So it's 1 for the win column for the Lions. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Lions as we say adios from Mexico City.